Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this video as unbiased as I possibly can, but I genuinely can't help it because I don't like this guy, like, at all. If you're in the loop with James Charles and what he's been doing, um,
I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. I'm not fucking helping you. All you did was lost your job, okay? Welcome to the real world. I could at least understand if you were like, James, I'm a longtime fan. Here's a trillion years of DMs and my support for you. I love you. I'm suffering with a really rare genetic disease that there is no cure for, and I'm trying to raise money for myself and other people that have this. Maybe I would help. Maybe I would help because I love you and I appreciate you. This bitch, you lost your fucking job? Oh.
he kind of sucks. And not just a recent thing of him, like, berating a Spirit Airlines worker for losing her job and just, like, having zero empathy for her, but, like, also the past stuff, his allegations, his racist remarks, just just overall pretty horrible stuff. This is not a deep dive video on him. There's a lot of other people who have done a way better job deep diving, and even if I did, this video would be 5 hours. So we're just gonna do a brief overview, and I wanted to do something a little different in that I wanted to bring his name up, so maybe we can discuss like how to be safer on the internet. What I mean by being safe on the internet is when it comes to being in a community of a creator. And you think that being in a community of a creator who has like millions of followers would be safe and okay, but clearly it's not. You still need to have some very strict boundaries when you interact with these creators. Uh, because they're just not always like good people. They may be really famous, but that doesn't mean they are safe or good or anything like that. Basically, I wanted to make this for my community just so you know how to navigate the internet a lot better, how to interact with your creators without it leading into some scary territory like it's happened with James Charles, obviously. Yeah, basically, just a quick overview on him. He's had the allegations of messaging people who are not of age, as far as we know. But he's also like, I have to say allegedly, but message people who are of age, but just has been a horrible interaction. Like, there's stuff with him, like, I guess trying to use his um, community as like a dating pool, or like his Instagram as a dating pool, which is kind of weird. Um, and then when he actually like talks to these people like through text or whatever, he's just like a weirdo, like trying to assign people their sexuality for them, which is weird. Don't That's just a really gross behavior for someone who is like, he is outwardly gay, and I know he's not like an advocate for the whole queer community, but for him having that big of a platform and acting like that is just so disgusting. So, number one, how to be safer on your internet as a fan. I really do not recommend using private messaging features at all with anyone on any social media if you are under the age of 18. Honestly, if you're under the age of 21, to be completely honest. And if you are over the age of 21, do so very cautiously. Most of the time, it is just going to be like AI generated spam stuff, but um, honestly, anything that's in private messaging, like in Snapchat, Instagram DMs, or anything of the sort, be very careful. So there is obviously like also the power dynamic between a creator and their fan. So that can sometimes go to their head, like it has for this guy. Um, so you need to be really careful if you do have an interaction with like maybe your favorite creator in the private messages. It really shouldn't get to that point unless it's like you are above 21 and it's just a simple like, hi, like, love his stuff. You're like, okay, look, that's cool, and then it ends there. If it kind of goes beyond that and gets like too personal, that's kind of where it starts to get a little bit especially if you're like under 18. Maybe like just don't do that, don't ever get to that point. Stick to comment sections and all that. Never let it get to that point. I would say so. That is safety in terms of like your mental, emotional, physical, even sometimes. I also want to talk about like your creative safety, meaning your creative ideas, like your intellectual property. He James Charles did do like a thing where he made like a little like like a job application sort of thing where you have to, aside from like sending your resume and all that, you have to send him 3 video ideas or like ideas on how to make his channel better.
Tell me about yourself. Tell me why you think you'd be great for this job. I want to get to know you a little bit. And then I want you to include 3 different ideas. Now, please don't worry. I will not use anybody's ideas without paying them. But this is not exactly like a, oh, you're good at math, so you can be an accountant type of job position. This is very personal. So I want to hear what you would do if you were running the James Charles socials, so I know whether or not you are the right fit to join the team.
Absolutely ridiculous, by the way, to have like, because that's basically you're asking free labor as an application thing. And I just find that really scummy because that's the sort of thing you should, first of all, you have the money to pay for that, yet you're trying to ask that for free from your community, and you know they'll do it because they want a chance to like work with James Charles. And he gave a promise that he wouldn't use it, but that's not a guarantee. That is just a recipe to get your ideas stolen. No matter how much he promises that, your ideas and your work to like try to fix his channel and all the strategies and ideas you give are most likely going to be taken. That's just the end like result of it. That is probably what's going to happen, and you're not going to get chosen to work for him because obviously he can't choose everyone, but he does now have your list of ideas and everything that he can use because there's no contract or anything. It's just a little empty promise. And it doesn't matter how much you respect or love this creator, you have a right to your own creative ideas. And if they do like sort of like if you work with them or they use it very heavily, you have a right to get paid for those ideas, paid for your work, paid to if you do like an audit on their channel or something like that. Unless you explicitly say you can just use all of, I put all my hard work into this, you can use all of this for free, I don't care. Like that's a different thing. But if you are expecting something back, then maybe don't give it because that's not a guarantee that they will give something back. So yeah, that's just really the 2 things. Just maybe don't message anyone. Don't use the messaging feature really at all when you're under 18 on social media. Also, one thing, do not mention your age if you are underage, obviously. That is, never ever mention your age at all when you were like under 18, under 21. Just don't do it. That's weird. People can get in your inbox and it's just not a fun time. Never do that. When you're above 21, it probably doesn't matter as much, but if you do care about it, obviously don't put it out. So don't mention your age. Don't use your heavy discernment with the chat box features, and be careful who you're sharing your ideas with. It doesn't matter how much you respect the creator. You should have even more respect for your own intellectual property. So that's just a few things I can think of on the top of my head, because I want my community, people who are watching me, to not get taken advantage of. Is unlike some other creators communities, some other creator who takes advantage of their own community. So he does not deserve his platform whatsoever. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Stay safe.